day. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens versus Deshaun Watson and the Dallas Cowboys.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
2nd and 2. Jackson going to run again. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Well, I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They go play action now. Jackson.
He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Jackson on 1st down.
And no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. First carry for Josh Jacobs. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Touchdown! Tyler Lockett. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The
Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the 6. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy. They'll be led out by Deshaun Watson. Of course, he won a national title at Clemson and already has 3 Pro Bowls under his belt in the National Football League.
And he makes it so difficult for all defenses because when he's got the ball, it's hard to say when a play is truly over because he can create from any spot on the field and in any situation, even when it appears that he's contained. When he's running your offense, a big play could arrive from any possible spot.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little game.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw, Watson. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And
he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Handoff up the middle. Hunt. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it. Thank you.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Watson. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the gut, McCaffrey. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Second and 6 from the 10. Here's Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tyler Higbee, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Brett Maher on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but now it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson now. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. These two teams all tied after 1. Play action. Now Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Credit credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jackson looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
After the interception, here's Watson. And his throw here's incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to bring big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Brett Maher now for the Cowboy field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Maher is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
After the made field goal, Maher back out there to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got the connection to Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one. I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. To throw is Jackson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
The Jackson going to hold on to it again. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Jackson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Off of play action, it's Watson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This is Hunt on the draw play. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
What an advantage having a lead guy to build a defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now Watson. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and that will keep this a 3-point game. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Joey Bosa, so strong, able to fight his way in there to make the play.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they followed him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Quick slant, caught by Moore. He's got the 1st down and more. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. DJ Moore, 50 yards. And the Ravens are able to move back in front. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
He went all the way into the end zone. Now goal for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. after the touchdown. Cook now to kick this one away. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
On first down, it's Watson. He's got Higbee complete right side. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Watson off play action. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now a first down throw. Watson over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Ravens 38-yard line.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Watson. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, I can spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. To throw is Watson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Watson to Evans on the slant. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 7-yard line.
2nd and 2. First down marker at the 5-yard line. To the air yet again. Watson. Swings this out for Hunt. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll look to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Marr is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. This one fielded at the 5. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios and this EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has the look of a game that could very well go down to the wire. Just 1 point separating these two clubs at the break. But they're ready for the second half, and we are too. As we'll kick it right back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter from the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Looking to throw. Watson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Shifts by him. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Pass incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Off the option, here's Jacobs. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. He had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, Watson. And this is caught by Evans. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Back to throw. Watson. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So on 4th down, on comes the Dallas kicker, Brett Maher. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Maher able to put this one through, and they have regained the lead. Well, a pretty important sequence here, CD. They were trailing in the 2nd half. The interception gives them the opportunity, and the field goal gives them the lead.
And what a clutch play. You love to see guys come through like that. Now it's their game to lose. Time to get back out there and come through with another big stop.
After the made field goal, Maher back out there to kick it away. From the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front. They're prepared for him to try and take off.
Again, Jackson will keep it. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now it's Jackson. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Watson. Open man. Higbee, the tight end. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
3rd and 2, Watson. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Watson. And Watson Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Watson. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Working with a 2nd and 3. This is McCaffrey on the give. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
This is how offense coordinators earn their money. He thought he was ahead of the curve after first down.
Got 7 yards first down play, but then you get stuffed there on 2nd down, maybe just a yard out of it. Now your advantage is evaporated. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Well, now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a play. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Jackson on 1st down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Jackson running again. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A give, it's Jacobs off the option. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime mix had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
On third down, Jackson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Back to throw, Watson. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Watson now to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the 1 here, the 12-yard line. The Ravens Ravens offense now. They get set and head back onto the field. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go option to the short side. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Jackson to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. It's fielded at the 45. And a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. This goes to the former Raven, Marquise Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It was DJ Jones who was there for the tackle. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
Not in any rush offensively. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
So nothing doing there, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
As As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So a big one coming now for Brett Maher. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. The kick by Maher is good, and that will push the lead up to 5.
Makes the score positive 19. Ravens 14.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After the made field goal, Maher back out there to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Working with his 2nd and 4. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Alex Anzalone able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
There the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need him to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson going to run again. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Score that tackle for loss to the Wyoming alumnus, Logan Wilson.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball running it, but not in that situation. I mean, I think we got an example of why NFL coaches really don't like their quarterback in the running game.
Because whether he keeps it or not, he's likely going to take a hit, isn't he?
No doubt about it. And defenses, they're looking to put that hit on a quarterback.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Jackson. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
That was simply snap, rock, and fire. I mean, they didn't take long at all. Slant route, and I loved where he put it. He put on the body of the receiver low so that only he can catch it.
Yeah, I don't think there was any magical formula there. Defensively, that's just tough to defend.
Very much so. And that way it allows the receiver to keep his body in front of the defender and not allow him to go through him to knock the ball away.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. 2nd and 4. Now it's Jackson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Gosh, given the time of the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Jackson to throw. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
They picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Jackson. Right back to Duvernay. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Jackson. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Jackson to throw. And no, it's incomplete. So they can convert for 2, but they still have the lead as we get toward the end of the 4th. So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the posts.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So Deshaun Watson in the offense. Down by 1. 23 seconds to go. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on first down. Watson to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Here's Watson. Pass complete. Thomas. And he's going to have a first down, but he's tackled inbounds up near midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Watson rolling to his left. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from long, very long range. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. And that'll keep this a 1-point game.
Yeah, Brandon, that's a tough distance with the game on the line because you'd like to give your kicker better odds than that. Anything 50-plus, we know it's going to be difficult, and that would prove to be just a little too difficult. And now it appears it's going to cost him the football game.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.